Alright guys, so I'm going to show you how to create or actually alter the messages page for the podcast. So I'm going to go down in the menus here and select the messages folder, or actually the messages page. And once this loads up, we'll see what the current messages that are live on the website are. Uh, You'll also see a couple of things that are pre-selected. As always, we're going to go ahead and hit the escape key to deselect those. Now, as we scroll down, this is all that we have for the current month. And what you're seeing here are some hidden files. These are from previous months. And what I'm going to do is actually double click to get to the actual meme picture for that's sort of acting like a placeholder here, and I'm going to delete that. Now, once that's done, we're going to go and I'm going to grab the new picture out of the miscellaneous pictures, and I want to say that it's this copy here. Okay, yeah, this is good. So we're going to take this, I'm going to drag it, drop it right into the web page, and by default it's going to be a little bit bigger than the other pictures. And what we're going to do is resize this, but not the way that you normally would, just by clicking and dragging on the edge and then doing a resize. We're actually going to do something to make it a little bit more precise. So each of the pictures here is 256 by 256 pixels. So if we go to sit, all right, so if we go to arrange and then we take a look at the size here, what we're going to do is go ahead and set that to 256, and we have the perfect size here. I'm actually going to do it on this side since it's 1 pixel larger uh, than we need it. So once we do that, we're going to use the guides here to make sure that it's lined up. Okay, and once that's set, we're going to take this picture and we're going to create a link to it, to the actual page for this new message. So if I click link here in the sidebar menu and then select hyperlink, then select a page, you can scroll through the list here, and we're going to come to 1030. You have to love people. That's the title. Once that's set, you'll see that there's a little green tab in here that says link. That shows you that's a clickable link, and we're set from that part. Now we're going to go here into uh, this message tab, and I want to select it and click one more time, and it moves slightly there. You could tell because for just a second there was a line that flashed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually hit Control Z or Command Z here and undo that move, and I'm going to click inside of it. Now once I'm inside of it, I want to highlight this whole thing or hit Control A, and it'll select everything here. And what I need to do here is change the link. So I'm going to go to link, and then this is what the last message is linked to. So I'm going to select 1030. That's the message that we're working on now. You click OK, and now it changes what these words link to, but we actually have to change the words themselves. So I'm going to go in and do that now. And this is you have to love people. And we'll change the date to 1030. And this was an AM. It's an AM service. And now if I go ahead and hit the escape key, there we have that. So now what I'd like to do is make sure that the two of these items are grouped together. And there's a reason for that. If I were to go and move one of them without having them grouped together. They would move as individual pieces, but I want them to be grouped together. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the mobile view first, and then make sure that we do the formatting on the mobile side first before we group the two of them together, and then make sure that they're in the right places compared to the actual banners for both the mobile and the desktop site, as well as the menu in the desktop site. So I'm going to select the picture, and we're going to slide it and make sure that it's lined up here. Okay, so it's lined up along the inside edge here, as long as across the top portion of the page, or portion of the picture here. So we're going to take that, we're going to go back to arrange, and then we're going to set the size here to 187 on the larger edge. And then it's right in line with the other pictures that are on the page. So from there, if we hold down the control key and we select the text for the title, then we can go to group here in the sidebar menu, select group, and then it turns like that light pink there to show you that the two items are grouped. So one more slight change that I want to make here. So I'll double click, and then it moved again, so I'll do Control Z, move it back, insert a space there, hit escape, and escape, and now they're grouped together, and they will all act as each individual part will act as a link, both the text and the picture. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to slide up a little bit so that we can see this actually be moved behind once we select our banner. Okay, and I'm going to also select the menu. I'm going to bring those to the front, and it's still showing up as being in front of the banner here. So I'm going to do another sort of trick here, and what I'm going to do is hit escape. I'm going to come and select this, and instead of trying to move these to the front, I'm going to move this one backward. So I'm just going to keep hitting backwards, the backwards button over here, until it goes behind here. So now we should be good to go. Now if I come into the desktop view and I scroll up, it's already behind this one here. That's great. So these are actually sort of grayed out here, and these won't show up in the desktop view. And I'll show you that in just a second. We're just going to go ahead and save it, and then go to view the live page. So this is actually in production. This is what it looks like now, without any of the page cloud formatting. So that's how you go ahead and update the messages page. And in the next video, I'm going to show how to do the archive, since this month is currently up. Today is the 1st of November, and I'm going to show how to do the archive.